our spring festival concert, we call it the Spring Festival Concert because this time of year, in celebration of Music in Our Schools Month, most music groups, instrumental and vocal groups, are attending music festivals. This is when we kind of work on our meatiest literature, more classical concert-oriented, the stuff that's a little more challenging that we need to impress judges and, of course, impress our audience with, too. The chorale, our freshman choir behind me, will be attending a choral festival next Thursday, a week from tomorrow, at Fontana High School, sponsored by the Southern California Vocal Association. And we'll be one of several choirs performing there that morning. Today and yesterday, we hosted in this venue advanced chamber and women's and men's choir festivals for other high schools from all Southern California, and we featured our other 4 choirs yesterday and today. I'll tell you more about that a little bit later on. We're going to start our program today by first of all, reminder, we don't have cell phones in here, and just keep everything quiet, and cell phones are away. No filming and no texting, thank you. We're going to open our program with a piece called Jubilate Deo, based on a Latin text. It is sung in Latin, Rejoice in the Lord. Our next selection is So Set Its Sun in Thee, is based on a poem by Emily Dickinson. And this was composed by Ruth Morris Gray, who actually was a student teacher for me many years ago at Bonita High School, and she's now the choir director at Rosemead High School, and probably has over 100 pieces published for choir that she has written over the years. And this is one of her most beautiful pieces, So Set Its Sun in Thee, words by Emily Dickinson and music by Ruth Morris Gray. Selection is from a musical that came out in the 60s called Sweet Charity. And this is a song that was sung by the hippies in the musical in a big production number. It was kind of a groovy hippie type number, and we've kind of taken the groove out of it, but it's still the same song. It is. We don't have our afros on and our peace signs, but we are going to be singing "The Rhythm of Life" from Sweet Charity.
Down the street last Sunday, feeling mighty low and kind of mean. Suddenly a voice said, "Go forth, neighbors, spread the picture on a wider screen." The voice said, "News a million reasons why should we glad in all four seasons? Still our neighbors shine, spread the religion of the rhythm of life. For the rhythm of life is a powerful beat, puts a tingle in your fingers and a tingle in your feet. Rhythm on the inside, rhythm on the street, and the rhythm of life is a powerful beat. Rhythm to feel the powerful beat, puts a tingle to feel the powerful beat. Rhythm to the inside, rhythm on the street, and the rhythm to feel the powerful beat. Rhythm to feel the powerful beat, puts a tingle to
The women's choir, which is our sophomore, junior, and senior choir, attended the SCVA, Southern California Vocal Association, choral festival yesterday, right here in this room, and received unanimous superior ratings from our 2 judges. We're going to perform for you our 3 songs we sang yesterday for the judges. Our first piece, Gloria, is a setting of the text Gloria in excelsis Deo, or Glory to God in the highest. Thank you. Our next piece, And Nature Smiled, is one of the most beautiful poems I think I've read. The composer, Alan Kepke, wrote not only the words, but the music as well. It tells the story of a beautiful rose and the thorns that grow around her and the ugly bushes that grow around her, and they say, we want to be like you. We want you to be beautiful like you are, Rose. And the rose turns to them and says, we all can't look like this. It's what's inside that counts. We are all beautiful inside. This is And Nature Smiled.
Nature smiled.
addition to the program because we got some wonderful news a couple weeks ago. One of our senior singers entered a all Southern California vocal competition and was named the top high school classical singer in Southern California. So he's also been awarded a very generous scholarship to be a voice major next year at Cal State Fullerton. So we're going to let him show you and sing for you what he sang last couple of weeks ago for this award. This is Josh Evans singing Nina. Today, the Chamber Singers performed at the 7th Southern California Choral Festival here and also received unanimous superior ratings. And Friday, they will be attending the Central Coast Choral Festival at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. We'll be hitting the road Friday morning, stopping at Mount Sac to do an exchange with the Mount Sac Chamber Singers, heading up to Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, and performing Friday night in their beautiful Performing Arts Center with our concert choir as well. We'd like to open our program with a jubilant song poem is by Walt Whitman.
Make a song, make a song, make a song, make a song to make the
One of our adjudicators today, Mr. William Hatcher, was actually one of my undergraduate choral directors at UCLA a couple of years ago. More than a couple of years ago. It was great seeing him again and having him listen to what I have done here after being trained by him many, many years ago. And one piece that, when I was a freshman in college, I told the chamber singers, just grabbed me was this next piece. I've sung this a few times at Bonita. It's been a while, but it brings me back to when I was 18 years old, as I said a couple years ago, freshman in college, and singing this beautiful Renaissance piece called Si j'ai en toujours mon vouloir. Now for something completely different. Our final number was composed for the Voices of Liberty at Epcot Center at Walt Disney World. This is a professional ensemble of 9 singers that perform 5 times a day at the American Experience at Epcot Center. It's the best choral music vocal gig in the country. It's phenomenal. The group is incredible, all a cappella singing, and this is one of their signature pieces, the Railroad Medley, and our soloist is Claudia Hudson.
She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be steaming and a-puffin'. She won't stop for nothing. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. Oh, I've been working on the railroad all the livelong day. I've been working on the railroad just to pass the time away. Don't you hear the whistle blowing? Rise up so early in the morn. Don't you hear the captain shouting? Dinah, blow your horn. But there is someone in the kitchen with someone's in the kitchen, yeah, someone's in the kitchen, I know. Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah, strumming on the old banjo and singing, coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. I can hear the engine panting and the passengers all chanting. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes.
We will all go out to meet her when she comes.
When she comes.
We will all go out to meet her when she comes. If she hits a cow on Sunday, then we'll all have steak on Monday.
She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. Get on. Oh, little children, get on. Oh, little children, get on. Oh, little children, there's room for many a more. The gospel trains are coming, you can hear it close at hand. Hear the car wheels rumbling and rolling through the land. Get on. Oh, little children, get on. Oh, little children, get on. Oh, little children, there's room for many a more. There's room for many a more.
There's room for many a more.
She'll be coming around the mountain, she'll be coming around the mountain, she'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. All aboard!
Thank you so much for coming this evening. Our next time is at the end of May, and we're doing our pop show with classic Broadway shows right here on the stage. You're going to hear music and see spectacular performances from the musicals Bye Bye Birdie, The Sound of Music, The Pirates of Penzance, Fiddler on the Roof, and Oklahoma. Pop show at the end of May. Good night, everybody. Thank you for coming.